Good afternoon. Hello, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking to you at 2 o'clock on Friday. So this is my follow-up Friday. Yes, I was supposed to do the paper pumpkin. I'm so sorry I didn't get that done, but I have a super fun card I want to show you. We did a card. Hello, Sandy. We did a card in class that I have shown you before, and I'll have to grab it to show you. And it had kind of an interesting front piece, and so I wanted to show how I did that, how I pieced it together. A really easy project, and also it's using the Poinsettia stamp set, Poinsettia Petals stamp set. So I have a couple of tips on how to use the dies. Sometimes some of the dies are like, you know, you can go round and round and round and say, how does this work? And it's frustrating. So if you can mark your set, mark your dies, and know where you're going with it, have a couple of tips. I'm talking a lot. So also, thank you for sharing and chatting with me. Cindy B, Patty S, Jean P, and Judy K. You will all be receiving the card from Tuesday. So I will get those out in the mail to you tomorrow. So I'm excited to share that with you. So thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for chatting with me. My dog is barking in the background. I wanted to get that out, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around because we'll get do some stamping. And then at the end of the video, watch. At the end of the video, I have a special offer for you. It's a way that you can receive a free card kit with some new product that's coming out on November 3rd. And on November 27th, we can stamp together if you take the offer. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We'll see, we'll get stamping here. There we go. I think last week I had it, Tuesday, I had it kind of out of the picture here. So I'm going to try to do better. Sorry, when I move it around, I know it's kind of like, woo. Let's move this up a little. There we go. How's that? Now we're in the middle. Ta-da. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Oops. Or I'll flip it around and let you look at the ceiling. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Whoop. There we go. Okay. There. Now, if I keep it crooked, it looks straight on there. Ta-da. Okay. So here is the Poinsettia Petals, and they have some dies. They have more dies than this, but these are the dies that we're going to be working with today. They have the three flowers here, and then the little berries. And that's what I'm going to use on our card today. So let's move this over, and you can kind of see without any shining on there. Good afternoon, Jean. Good afternoon, Bobby. Yay, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this super cute little card here. Ta-da. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's almost like a kaleidoscope. So you're using your 6x6 paper very efficiently. So here's the card. We did this in vellum and did a different version of it. And I showed this to you before, and we did this in class. So here is the vellum one, and here is the one in Christmas papers, of course. My favorite, I wrote on there, it would be my favorite, my plaids. Thanks, Jean. I'm so happy that you got to see me as it's happening. Woohoo! So I'm going to show you how to do this cool design. So let me move that aside. So first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my petals. And when I look at my stamp set, I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler here. I try to set, when you look at your petals, there's always one that's a little bit like straighter or distinct, something that stands out. So when I set up my blocks, I set it up so that my straight petal, the one that I'm watching for, is towards the top. And because this is such a big stamp and a big block, I'm going to ink it up this way Instead of tapping it on there, I'm going to tap my ink pad directly onto the stamp. And so I'm always watching this petal and putting that one petal up straight, just like that. And it's going to be important when I'm using my dies with it, so that's why I'm doing that. So here's my second flower, and again I used one petal up, kind of a distinct petal, and I'm going to stamp it on here. Ta-da! Here's my third one. Set it up the same way, so I have one distinct petal up, sort of like setting up a star, and then I used two of these little berry pieces, so I'm just kind of sneaking them in where I can get them in here, just like that. I'm going to close this up for now, and I'm going to bring the Big Shot over. It's not a Big Shot. The Stampin' Cut machine, cut and emboss machine. Yee, come on, Cheryl. Okay. Please forgive me. All right, here's the machine. Love this machine. So I'm using plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3. There we go. And I'm going to put my poinsettias down here. Now, this particular set, if you have it, these petals, this will match perfectly. So when I was telling you, I'm watching this straight petal here. When I look at my dies, I see this one straight petal, okay? And it matches perfectly over the top. If it doesn't match the design exactly, you don't have it on right. So I hate to say that, but that's how it is. So here's this one. So again, I have the straighter petal. The one next to it has kind of a little bump on it. And that one fits right on here. Get to know your dies, kind of look them over and see which one is distinctive. Now you could mark, like I could put a little mark at the top petal of my die, and I could put a mark at the top of that petal on my actual stamp, so that, you know, you don't even have to think about it. I've cut a number of these, so I'm kind of used to it. So here we go. This one is the straighter one, and it has a little bump next to it, and that's this guy right here. So just so I know, sometimes you put them on and you kind of like twirl them around, waiting to see what fits. But these do fit exactly right. So if it's not lining up, it's not exactly right. So I'm going to put this one on here. My little berries. Okay. And then I'm going to put one more plate on top. And I'm just kind of gently putting it down and squeezing it so it doesn't move. And run it through. And I only need to do it one time. There we go. So I'm on the other end of this here, so you can see it. So I'm going to pull these off, my little dies, and then I have to cut one more of the berry. So I will run that back through and cut that for the design. I have 2 of them. Pull that up. There we go. I'm sort of making a mess here. There, okay. Here's this one. I'm going to run that back through one more time. Okay. Let's get my little pickup tool to push this out. It'll pop right out of there. There we go. Ta-da. And one more. One for the gipper. Here we go. Line that up. Oops, come on. Cooperate with me. Little die. Okay, there. All right, I'm going to run it through again. Whoops. All right, ta-da. Now I have my last set of berries all cut and ready. Let me straighten this out. Boy, I'm messy. I'm kind of messy today. Let's pop this out. So the card pattern design that I'm doing here today, there we go, is kind of fun. I like to use my, much of our cardstock comes in 6x6. So I like to use it as efficiently as possible. And I think that's what I've done with this particular one, because so here's my, I love the plaid, so here's my plaid that I used. And this particular one, I used both sides. So out of a 6x6, you can get two cards made out of this. So you cut it in half, 3x3. I'm gonna do that here. So I already have it cut 3 inches, okay? So I'm gonna cut it 3 inches again. And then I'm gonna take my two squares, put them together, and I'm just gonna put each point into the track. I'm gonna cut this into a diagonal. So I'm putting each point into the track like that, holding it down with this plate, holds it nicely down, and then I'm just cutting it. So now I have 4 triangles. We're gonna use 2 on this side and 2 on this side. There we go. So no waste. No waste at all on this card. So here we go. Here's my setup. So now I took this cherry cobbler cardstock, and I'm going to lay my pieces how I want them. And they're going to have kind of a, like I said, like a kaleidoscope. You know how it opens and like a shutter, it would open and close. So one point will be showing and one point will be covered, like that. But I'll show you a really fast, easy way to do that, to lay it out like this. So this is just a 3-inch square cut at a diagonal. I'm going to run my adhesive, my green glue, just down the middle, just down the point right there. And then I'm going to put this in place on my cardstock. So remember, the glue is just here down the center. Try to get it straight. There we go. Okay. And again on this one, I'm going to run my glue just down the center and lay it in place here where I want it. Ta-da. All right. Now this piece, I'm going to use this side of it. So I'm going to put my glue all over on this one. And where it's going to go underneath, where it's going to go underneath, I'm just going to slip this under. I'm going to line it up here. And then I'm going to line it up over here where it's going to go over the top. Ta-da! There we go. So that one is glued down. Now remember, this flap is open. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here and push that flap down. There we go. Okay, next piece, same thing. I'm going to put the glue all over on this one. There we go. And now this piece is going to have the flap on top. So I'm going to slide it underneath, line it up along the bottom. There we go. And then it is going to go over the top of this square triangle. There. And again, this one has no adhesive on it, so I'm just going to lift up that flap, put that in. Ta-da! There you go. So now it's like an aperture opening and shutter type thing. So I thought that was kind of cool. Sort of a fun way to use up your paper and make it interesting. Almost a quilting type design. So this card just gets easier because now I already stamped my little poinsettias. So I'm going to put green glue just in the middle and put my flower down. and then just layer up my flowers. Now if you want it to curl up a little bit, just take your finger with the bone folder, you could do it too, and just put a little curve on it. My second flower just offsets the petals that from the first one here. And you could stop at just those two. If you were doing a lot of them, you might want to do that. But I put a third on. So here's the little baby one. So remember, I'm only putting the glue in the center because I want the petals to kind of, you know, fold up a little bit and be loose. I think it looks neat, right? Looks cool. Okay, so now my little berries I have here, I stamped them in the cherry cobbler, but I'm going to take my light real red blend and I'm going to fill these in. I'm just going to color right over my ink with my blend. Normally when we use our blends, we only use Memento, right? But you can do this over your regular classic ink. And I thought it added a little bit more interest. And it has the shading on it because the stamp already has it made that way. So I'm just adding a little more look to it, a little different look to it. And I wanted these to go on the green side, right? Because then they'll show up better. So I just put a little bit of glue here and there, a little bit here and there, da-da-da-da. And then I can slide it because my petals aren't glued down. I can just slide it right under where I want it. Push it down. Ta-da. And same thing with the other side. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here and there. Okie dokie. Slide it under my petals. Ta-da. Whoops, get up there. There we go. Okay. Now, I did do some stamping the words here. So I am going to, it says Happy Holidays. So I'm going to get out my red ink again. And I cut this, I'm going to be using our Banners Pick-a-Punch, this punch here that does the whale tail or the opposite. And I'm going to use the whale tail on here. So I cut my background 1/4 of an inch bigger than what where my words are going to go, so that I had a nice layer. So 1/4 of an inch larger will give you, you can have a nice even layer. Let's hope I can get this straight. Mary said, you always get it straight. I said, no, not always. Then I flipped the paper around. So here we go. That's that one. And as long as I have that open, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the words in the center here. And then that can get good and dry before I put it together. It says, may magic and wonder bloom this holiday. So cute. Put that right here. There we go. Ta-da. Let's move that away for a moment. Okay, so I want to cut this little tiny piece of cardstock with this punch. The problem is when you put that little piece of cardstock in the punch, it disappears. So what you want to do is take a piece of Post-it note, and I just put it on, well, either side. I put it on the cardstock like that, and this is going to be my little handle. So I'm just going to push it under here, and I always turn it over and look to make sure I have it centered. So I'm pushing it over, making sure I have it centered. Ta-da! And I can pop it out. That way you can use a smaller piece, right? Now this one is a little bit bigger, so I can easily get it in there and move it around. Oop, there we go. Okay. Bloop. And I have all the little whale tails flying around. So that 1/4 inch larger from what the words were, and when you glue that together, then you have a perfect layer. And the thing is, I love using the punch because then the little whale tails are cut exactly the same. Much easier. So just use a little Post-it note and create a handle on there. There we go. I'm going to put this on here. Ta-da. There. We're going to be making this card at my Sassy Saturday class tomorrow. So those of you that did the First Frost class, you'll be doing the same layout, only with the Christmas plaids. So I'm going to put this right here. There we go. Happy holidays. And my base is the shaded spruce, which I love. Okay, let's glue this on here. I am going to use some of the Pretty Pearl centers. I'll show you how I put that on. That came with this set. One of the accessories that come with this set are these beautiful beaded pearls. So there we go. Let's go ahead and put the inside together. I'm making a mess. Here we go. Alrighty. A little bit of glue. A little wiggle room. That way I can wiggle it around, make sure it's straight on all sides. And put this inside my card. There we go. Ta-da! All right. Just like that. Now, to dress it up, you need these pearls. These are really pretty. Let me bring this up a little bit closer. Can you see how pretty those are? They're so lovely. Love the pearls. So they have a little bit of weight to them. They're metal, and then they have the little pearls. So what I do is I turn it over. I use my glue dots. I use my pickup tool. So I'm going to pick up a glue dot and just pop it on here. And I put 3 of them on. I want to make sure this baby stays on. So I take 3 glue dots, put them on the 3 circles like that. There we go. And then I can lift it up, put it exactly where I want it, press it down. Ta-da! And voila, a done card. Isn't that pretty? It's a fun way to use your paper. If, like this, in this case, I used the front and the back side, so you can kind of experiment with your plaids. But it's a fun, it's kind of a fun layout. So, hope you like that. Let's see, am I still straight? I'm pretty straight. Yeah, okay. All right, so now I am going to show you, I'm really excited. We have a new offering coming out. It's called Curvy Celebrations. It will be for sale on November 3rd. And here it is, Curvy Celebrations. So I have this part, and it's all these fun curvy dies. There's 2 stamp sets. So 2 stamp sets. One has birds and has like happy for you, hooray, and one is Christmas. And then they have wonderful, wonderful paper that has nice little tiny patterns, like I like. So I was playing with this. My business meeting, we did 2 cards using this set, and it was so much fun. So this is my deal for you. Between November 3rd and November 17th, if you order the Quite Curvy Variety Bundle, can't do it until November 3rd. That is product number 158396. You get 2 stamp sets, you get the dies, and you get 6x6 designer paper. You will also receive from me a card kit all ready to go, a card kit for 5 cards for free. And then on November 27th, we can stamp those cards together. I will do a video stamping those 5 cards on November 27th. Yeah, you have to order it from me to get the free kits. So you can go to stampingjourney.com or contact me directly if you would like to. Stampingjourney.com, you can leave a message and ordering it during that time frame, and then we will be stamping together. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about this set. Very cute. You can do fall cards. We did a fall card and a Christmas card, and but I will have more. Yeah, what? Yeah. So here's, we did this one, 1 in a Million, so pretty, fall card. We did a Christmas card, so cute. And I did this one, just to play with it. But lots of fun. I'm excited about it. So please, let's stamp together on November 27th. Order the bundle, and we will get together on that. I'm going to turn the camera around. Here we go. Bloop. There. Here we go. Hello, I'm back again. So, Curvy Celebrations, it's called. Lots of fun. It's a really cute, fun set. I'll have some tips on how to use the dies and some other things. But like I said, I will have 5 cards. Everything will be cut and scored and ready to go, just like as if you were coming to a class here, except that we will stamp together on November 27th. I will, on that date, stamp those 5 cards with you on video. So that's it. I'm going to let you go. I will see you on Tuesday. If you have some suggestions, let me know. Thank you so much for joining me, whether it's now or later. Please leave me a message, because I love to go back and look at those and respond back. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. So remember, stampingjourney.com. Check it out. Thank you. Bye-bye.